What is Hinduism? I am a Hindu, and I will admit that I did not know the answer to this question for a long time. This was partly because of my lack of interest in the topic, and partly because an authoritative definition does not exist. Hinduism is a loose collection of beliefs and values that are difficult to list and itemize. Disclaimer: there are many different interpretations of what Hinduism is. Even the word Hindu originally described a person from a geographic area called the Indus Valley and not one's religion. I will not get into word etymology. I will use the term Hindu in the common meaning of the word. I will offer my version of Hinduism here. The simplest definition of a Hindu is a person who follows the Hindu scriptures called the Vedas. We will spend a few minutes covering the Vedas in a little more detail because they are relevant to our discussion. Some of the terms used are Sanskrit words that will be explained in following videos, so don't worry if you don't understand what they mean now. The Vedas are large bodies of Sanskrit religious texts that are several thousand years old. The Vedas are thought to be of superhuman origin and recorded by sages in deep meditative states. There are 4 Vedas in total: Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Samaveda, and Atharva Veda. They make up the original primary scriptures called Shruti, meaning what is heard. Each Veda consists of 4 sections. The first section is called Mantra or Samhita, consisting of prayers. The second part is called Brahmana and describes rituals. It teaches us Karma Yoga, so it is also called Karma Kanda. Karma can be loosely translated as action. The third part is called Aranyaka and teaches us Upasana, so it is also called Upasana Kanda. Upasana can be loosely translated as worship or focus. The fourth and final part is called Upanishad, and it teaches us Jnana, so it is called Jnana Kanda. Jnana means knowledge. This part is also called Veda Anta, the final part of the Veda, or Vedanta in short. The next secondary body of Hindu scriptures is called Smriti, meaning what is remembered. They include the Itihasas. The 2 famous epics, Ramayana and Mahabharata, are part of the Itihasas. The Smritis also include a bunch of other texts that we will not cover here. A special mention needs to be made of the Bhagavad Gita. The Gita is part of the Mahabharata, where Lord Krishna provides advice to Arjuna. It is a relatively small work, approximately 700 verses, summarizing the Vedas, covering Karma Yoga, Upasana Yoga, and Jnana Yoga. Even though it occurs in the Mahabharata, which is a secondary Smriti text, many consider the Gita as elevated as a Shruti. This concludes the discussion of the Vedas. We will now briefly go over a few characteristic beliefs that define Hinduism. Hindus believe in one single, immanent and transcendent Supreme God, technically called Brahman. In this context, immanent means permanently pervading and sustaining the universe, or inherent. Transcendent means existing apart from and not subject to the limitations of the material universe, or beyond the range of normal human experience. I'll try to dispel 2 common misconceptions here. You ask, I thought Hindus have a zillion gods. Answer, each god that is worshipped is an aspect or part of the Supreme. For example, Shiva is the destroyer aspect of the Supreme. The fire aspect is worshipped as Agni. Another way to understand this is by thinking that Brahman is akin to this earth, and each individual god is a country or a state or a city. You also ask, I thought Hindus worship idols. Correction. Hindus worship the principle symbolized by the idol, just like we honor our country by saluting the flag. The idol is just a symbol to visualize and focus our thoughts on. Hindus believe that the universe goes through endless cycles of manifestation, preservation, and unmanifestation on a gigantic timescale. According to the scriptures, the universe is now about 155 trillion years, or halfway through the current cycle. Hindus believe in the law of karma, the cause and effect principle by which everyone shapes their own destiny by their thoughts, words, and actions. Hindus believe that the mind reincarnates after the death of the physical body until all its karma is exhausted and it gains release from the rebirth cycle. No one will be denied this liberation. Hindus believe that all life is sacred and therefore practice ahimsa, or non-injury to any life. And finally, Hindus believe that no single religion teaches the path to salvation above all others, and therefore is respectful of other religions. Now we have some background on Hinduism and understand what the word Vedanta means. We can go to the next video, Vedantic Path to Knowledge.